Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, everybody? What is going on? You already know what it is. What you think you're gonna have an off day and you're not gonna see these two ugly mugs? Of course, you're gonna get these. At least, let me speak for myself. You're gonna get this ugly mug, and you're gonna get my guy Eddie and his nice little blazer and all that good stuff. But you know, you're gonna get Mets Talk Unfiltered, and here we are to give you all things Mets from our point of view, from a fan's point of view, from a wannabe GM point of view. Just kidding, Eddie. How you doing, brother? I don't even know where that came from, bro.
No doubt, bro. Definitely, I want to be GM. 100%. So far so good. Happy we took 2 out of 3 in Arizona. Could have went a different way. But happy we got 2 out of 3. Thought we should have got all 3. But the biggest takeaway for me was Soto's 2 home runs. That was look it. We've all been waiting for it. We've been waiting, and finally that cocksucker came through and put 2 out. So I'll take it. Hopefully he goes on here and he goes out and starts tearing the cover off the ball. That's all I'm hoping for.
Well, to me, it's not so much the 2 home runs, but especially the first one, but how important they were, though. You know, the narrative with the fan base, some fans already going nuts, too much scoreboard watching for my liking by some fans, but everybody do what you got to do. So people were starting to panic, you know what I'm saying? And are you concerned? Are you worried? I'm like, worried, concerned? No, annoyed. I'm annoyed right now. I'm annoyed we're having these conversations. That's where I'm at. So, you know, and then you're going through that game, and it's a zip game. Senga's in and out of trouble, getting in and out of trouble, in and out of trouble. So you know he's only going to go 5, maybe 6 innings. He gives you 6, and you're like, okay, now we got to deal with the bullpen, who's been a little bit shaky lately. And you know, and I'm doing a live space in the game.
Hey, you were live, right?
Yeah, but I didn't do it like this, like the YouTube and the video live. I did the space, so
we're
all talking in there.
It's the voice.
And, you know, guys are complaining about the bottom of the order, and this bottom of the order is useless, and this. And I'm like, you know what? Enough of this nonsense. We have enough guys in the top of the order to get the job done. This is the kind of game where your main guys have to say, we refuse to lose this game. This is a game that we need to win, not because, you know, like, again, need to win loosely, right? But when you look ahead to maybe a tiebreaker and all that good stuff, you want to at least be split the series with these guys. So that's why I'll give you the Soto highlight. The Soto home runs is the highlight, because if I'm important, and I've been asking for him, whatever I've been asking for, Eddie, I want game-changing Juan Soto.
Yes.
I want game-breaking Juan Soto. Yeah. And that's what he did. It's not home run, base hit, whatever the hell it was.
Home runs.
Changed the game. But it changed the game. It changed the narrative of the game. It gave you the lead there. What was it? That was in the 7th inning. Wasn't it 7th, 8th inning? It was late. It was late in the game. You know what I'm saying? And it changed the game. Now it gives you the lead. It gives you a little bit of room to work with your relievers, and then they opened it up after that. So yeah, definitely a good ending to what really wasn't looking like a good road trip. Had they lost that game, it would have been a horrible road trip. It would have
that would have been a nightmare.
Yeah, because they did lose those games to St. Louis that, you know, we're kind of like, all right, we're going to skip over. You know, we didn't do a show after that, and we've been doing shows after every series, but I couldn't really do a show after that.
Hey, you did a live. I did a live. We're not even touching that.
Right. They blew those 2 games, you know, doubleheader. You know, they say that you don't win a doubleheader. You know, it shows how they don't want to lose.
Yeah.
Games of a doubleheader, and we did exactly that.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. Losing those 2.
Yeah, no, but besides that, anything else? Maybe not the games, but just the narrative. Like, how have you felt? You asked me a couple of shows ago, and I forget the wording and how you asked me, but I've been thinking about it a lot, because I think we've gone through exactly what I was talking about. You asked me, and I don't think you said concerned or worried, but about a nosedive, like, you know, a coming down from the high that we were on. And I told you exactly, like, you know what, it's gonna happen, but what we hope is not a nosedive, a cliff dive. We hope that it's just like a little leveling off, you know, something like we just did. You lose 2 series in a row, not ideal. I was even trying to I did something yesterday, I forget what the hell it was. I did a little, like, a pregame show, Blunt Thoughts Live, and a couple of things, but I talked about how I was trying to figure out how can you equate losing 2 series, like how many games losing streak would that be? Is that like a 5 game losing streak? You would think a 4 game. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is, when you're a good team, you don't have a 5 game losing streak.
No,
The Mets still haven't lost more than 2 games in a row.
right,
You see what
right,
I'm
right.
saying? So the same way, okay, you lost 2 series in a row. It's not ideal. If you want to go in a little slump of series, maybe you want to lose one, win one, lose one, win one, as opposed to what we were doing
Look,
was winning 3 or 4 series in a row. Which is also a little unreal. But
I
how
mean,
you felt about what happened, which I think is just a little leveling off, a little, we're on a
just
wave. We're riding a wave this season.
just quickly, the doubleheader fucked us. Losing that doubleheader was bad. It was bad for momentum. But we went out. I think it was Canning that pitched the first game against Arizona, and he had pitched a really good game.
Yes.
Our offense showed up. Then we dropped the second one, and I said, "Okay, Senga's going in game 3. We got to get this." And Senga came out and he pitched the gem. So that to me was good. Right back over. I want to continue to stay 10 games over 500.
Yes.
If we're going to continue to be a good team, we got to continue staying 10 games over 500. And that's what we
Is that
did.
me or is that
And
Eddie? What's going on here? Uh-oh.
weapon.
That might actually be Eddie. But I agree with him. I agree with him where if we're gonna be a good team, is that what I think he was gonna say. There you are.
Yeah. Did you miss me or something? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, you kind of cut out there.
Basically, I said we need to stay 10 games over 500.
Yes.
And just, it's going to drop here and there, but just stay there because you're looking at Philadelphia. They're, I think, 6 games over 500. Atlanta's 1 or 2 games under. Atlanta's coming back. Atlanta's making a run. So we just got to continue to win series. That's simple. It's not, this is not, it's not brain surgery here. Go out, win series, score runs, continue to pile on. When you get some bad pitches, make the other team pay. And hopefully Soto, now they got those 2 home runs, maybe he could start picking up that top of the order. Because if him and Lindor could get going and the rest of these guys do what they've been doing, I still think we're gonna continue to be a really good team. And hopefully we don't level down like I did speak of. So hopefully we stay at this level.
No, for sure, for sure. Yeah, no, and like I said, people ask, "Oh, you panic, you this, you that," and I'm like, "Nah, I'm good." Like, I still think this team is gonna win 94 games or better. You
I
know,
want more.
as annoyed, as frustrated as I get, because I do go by game, play by play, whatever. I watch these games. I think we all do. So I'm not thinking, oh, it's okay, because the numbers at the back of the card are gonna be there. I understand that. And I totally expect Juan Soto to be Juan Soto, but as it's going on, I'm a little frustrated and all that. But that's all it is. It's frustrating because I expect better and I know he's gonna be better and I want to see it. I'm anxious for it. I want to see it. You know what I'm saying? I want the offense to be a little bit better. I don't want every game to be a damn nail biter. And I know if he produces better as well as Brandon Nimmo and a Mark Vientos, you know,
That's big deal.
and a Jeff McNeil and all of these guys. Jeff McNeil hit a triple and drove in the second run of the game or the third run of the game on Sunday, but last game on Wednesday. But
Yesterday.
yeah, let's keep pounding on Jeff McNeil. Jeff McNeil's had a hit, I think, in every single game that he's played, if not maybe not one of them. But let's
His
keep
fielding
pounding.
hasn't been there. That's
Let's keep pounding on Jeff McNeil.
if
Anyways,
I had to give you a complaint on McNeil, his fielding, Acuna's a much more talented fielder than he is. I think McNeil's better served in the outfield, particularly in left. Center, I don't really know about, but look, again, we came back from in the Arizona series and we won. So I'm not going to go crazy complaining, but I do think there's some validation to the people who are calling that Acuna should be starting. I do think there's some validity to that.
um, I think a lot of that is just being impatient. He started, I think,
We have his
more.
numbers. Could we whip out his numbers?
I think he started more games than McNeil since he's been back. I think eventually that's what's going to happen. I think it's a long season, and even if eventually you're going to trade Jeff McNeil, you still have to play Jeff McNeil. It's
He's not getting
against
traded, brother.
okay. Whatever,
I
man.
don't think he's getting traded.
Here's your numbers, bro.
All right, here we go. All right, here's Luis. 295, 88 at bats, 26 hits, 15 runs, 6 doubles, 19 Ks, 8 walks, 9 for 10 stolen bases. Nice little road trip he had here. Yeah. Listen, Acunia's been playing well, man. I can't fault him. He doesn't have power, that's for sure. But when he gets on base, he can wreak havoc, and he's a hell of a defender. I think he's a great defender. So that's my take on it. I like to see. I do like Acuna at second base more than McNeil, and this is for fielding purposes. I just think he's a better fielder. But I don't mind McNeil on left. I don't mind McNeil at second. There's going to be games where you could just do that because it's you can platoon the both of them. So McNeil's hitting hasn't been bad, like you said. It hasn't been bad at all. It's just I think his fielding has been the problem.
Okay. What else you got?
Well, here we go. There we go. McNeil, he's got 10 games, 229 average, 711 OPS.
Well, I guess he hasn't gotten a hit in every game.
He's had a hit in every game?
I guess not. He was 2 for 16 on the road trip, so there goes that idea.
Okay. Yeah. Let's keep it a band. 1 triple, like you said, no doubles. So he got a triple and a single, where his 2 hits. The walking is the difference. He hasn't been walking. In years past, he would walk a lot. He wasn't a 400 on base guy, but he would walk. And right now, I just think Acuna's got the hot hand. I think that's really what this comes down to. And I get a lot of the fan base wants Acuna because he's younger, and a lot of people think McNeil's overpaid, and a lot of people have an agenda against McNeil. But again, if McNeil can hit for power and average, this is going to be a totally different conversation. Acuna is a better fielder, though. That is a fact. I don't care what anybody says there. Acuna is a better fielder.
Yeah, I don't think well, at least I'm not debating that. I don't know many people that will. To me, it's more about understanding the big picture. Again, like I was trying to say before, and it's similar to the whole Brett Beatty thing in the beginning of the season. Oh my God, Brett Beatty. Why are we playing Brett Beatty? Well, there was a method to the madness of playing Brett Beatty. Now, Brett Beatty didn't hold up his end of the bargain until the last week. And then it's funny how as soon as Brett Beatty got sent down, then the fan base is going crazy about why we sending Brett Beatty down. And to the point that now they were clamoring to call Brett Beatty back up. And now you hear even conversations of, Brett Beatty should be starting at third base.
Or second base.
Mark Vientos should be DHing and all that good stuff because Brett Beatty's a better defender than Mark Vientos.
Do you think he's that much better?
Brett Beatty have a ball bounce off his hip on Wednesday, but he's the better
that's
defender.
what I'm saying. And do you remember? I think it was in the second game. Fucking Vientos, man. He had a ball hit right at him, and he just let it go right through his legs. And I'm thinking to myself, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
So you want Brett Beatty along with everybody else? Then?
No, I don't want. I think Vientos has a higher ceiling. But I want Vientos to get down on the ball and play like a fucking major leaguer. I mean, baseball 101. Do you know what the most important exercise in baseball is? It's a lunge. A lunge. That's what you practice. Every single baseball movement in the field is a lunge. And when you want to stop a ball, it's getting down into a lunge, whether you're an outfielder or an infielder. This is what I was taught. I played until I was in college. I played until I was 25 years old. That's it. It's when you take plays off and you be lazy, that's what happens. I would have fucking benched his ass after that happened.
I don't think he's taking plays off and being lazy.
Well, that fucking play he had that go through and that cost him a run.
Sometimes I didn't see that play, so I don't know. But I think sometimes Sometimes we throw around lazy and taking plays off, and these guys are punting, and that
No,
shit drives me
I'm
crazy.
not saying that. I'm saying
Those words drive me
stop the
crazy, bro.
fucking ball and don't let it go into the outfield. And
I
then
don't have a problem with that, but the
you got
whole
it right.
lazy and this and like that stuff drives me crazy. Oh, they punting. Mendy punted this with this lineup. Oh, Mendy punted because he brought this pitcher in. Oh, like come on, that
No,
stuff.
the
I'm not saying that
punting.
you said that, but those are just words that drive me
Yeah.
crazy, and you just used one that also drives me crazy. Again, I'm just putting the name, just saying hello. I'm trying to get through the show pretty quick, so I don't know how much we'll be able to interact with you guys, but I do want to acknowledge you guys. Um, oh, that's funny. I let Eddie give Soto props for his defense.
Listen, he's been another one. His defense has been atrocious, but over this last series, it wasn't that bad actually. He actually was okay. So I'll go. Listen, keep hitting home runs, and you'll shut my mouth. Keep hitting home runs. Keep hitting doubles. Keep doing that, and I don't have any problem with Soto.
For me, it's not even about home runs. Again, it's just about getting the big hit, getting important hits, driving in runs, however it may be. You know what I'm saying? I just can't get empty at bats. If it's a home run, and then certain situations like yesterday is getting late in that game is nothing, nothing. Yeah, even I would say, give me a freaking home run right here. Give me a home run right here. But I don't necessarily see him as a home run hitter. You know what I'm saying? And again, neither do I. I don't think you really want anybody like go out there looking to hit home runs. You know what I'm saying? But just give me the big hits, man. Drive in those runs when they're there, second and third. Give me a hit. You need a home run
Yeah,
right
of
there with
course.
second and third? No, give me a hit. There's probably two runs. You know what I'm saying? Unless Vientos is at second base, and it's probably not gonna be him because he bats behind them. So you know what I'm saying? It's probably gonna be what Taylor, Acuna, Lindor will be those guys on base in front of him, and he should be able to drive
Let,
those guys in with a hit. That's what I need from him.
let me ask you about
But
Soto.
you keep
Uh,
bringing up your man, so let's look at his numbers here.
there we go. All right. 261 average, 863 OPS, 29 runs. That's good. 29 walks, more walks and strikeouts. That's always big. 36 hits, 9 doubles, 7 homers. Not a bad road trip. 5 walks, 4 Ks, 3 RBIs. Listen, what is your take on him? Because I'm kind of I back Soto up a lot, but I have called him out of his defense. I have called him out for not hitting homers, and not even breaking. He's had chances, and forget about just home runs. He's had chances to break the game open a few times, and there's been a number of times where he's left uh, two, three, three guys on base in multiple innings. He's got to start coming around because we need him big time. We need him big time for this offense.
Nah, but you know how I've felt. I've been underwhelmed, but people don't like to hear. People don't like to hear that, which is why I nicknamed him Teflon Juan. Some people don't understand what I mean by Teflon Juan. For those of you watching that are confused, what is this idiot talking about Teflon Juan? And I'm not even sure if I'm applying it correctly. But I say Teflon Juan because I think about Teflon Don. You know what I'm saying? And nothing stuck with this guy, right? They try to pin him down all the time till they finally were able to get him. And with Juan Soto, you can't say anything. You can't say anything critical or that's perceived critical or whatever you want to call it. But the stands or the defenders come out right away and shoot you down and hit you with OPS and WAR and all of this nonsense that drives me crazy. When again, like I said earlier, I just talk about the here and now. I watch a game and I see second and third, nobody out, one out, two and a half outs. I don't give a damn. You're Juan Soto. You're one of the better players in this game. Get me those damn runs. You don't get it done, I'm gonna say, "Ugh, I don't like it." I'm not thinking about the OPS and all of that nonsense. And like I said yesterday, listen, as underwhelmed or whatever, I wouldn't say that I am right now. Whatever. In a couple of months, in maybe September and October when it really matters, he puts us on his back and carries us to where we want to be, we could look back at this and we can laugh about it.
Right.
But as we're riding this wave of a season and we're doing these shows, I'm gonna tell you about how I feel in the moment.
Let
It's
me
that
ask
simple.
you. I got a question for you. Besides Alonso, who's been? Well,
MVP.
that's what I was going to ask you. We'll take the pitching out. Who's been the MVP of the team? I mean, I think I have to go with Frankie, but
What?
Lindor.
Come on. Come on.
Besides Pete, taking Pete out.
Why do we got to take Pete out? Why can't we give
It's
Pete the
clear,
flowers he deserves?
because
We
clearly Pete's
murdered
been the
Pete.
best player on the
Even
team.
me, one of the biggest piece of
But
corn.
heck. Pete's been the MVP by a fucking mile. It's not even a discussion.
And we can't leave it at that. Pete's
Well,
the
that's
fucking
what.
MVP.
Well, I think it's a question worth asking because you can make a case for some other players.
Who has been the supporting cast? The supporting cast has been Lindor. It's been fucking Tyrone Taylor, who's gotten huge hits.
TT's
It's
been
been
great.
Luis Torrens, who's been big both at the plate, calling games, behind the plate, and throwing people out.
I think he's thrown out. I think it's now
It's been Luis Angel Acuna.
14 runners he's thrown out
Some crazy number like
on
that.
like 16 attempts. So you could bring. That's what I'm asking you. I'm asking it whether is it Lindor?
No, I'm telling you, Pete Alonso is the MVP, and all those guys have been a good supporting cast. Those 5-6 guys. Everybody else, Brandon Nimmo with his stupid RBI, second in team. I don't give a damn. Mark Vientos, whom I love and have been a big supporter of, they're both making me sick. Jeff McNeil, who I support all the time, has come up here and has been but got a big RBI yesterday. All of them bums need to step it up. Pete Alonso is the MVP. I don't want to hear nothing, bro. Give Pete Alonso his damn flowers. We murdered Pete Alonso for years, including myself, about Pete needs to be better. And now we want to give Juan Soto the credit. It's because Juan Soto's in the lineup that Pete's getting pitches. It's because Juan Soto's in the lineup that Pete's getting big hits. BS, bro. It don't matter if it was Babe Ruth in the damn lineup. I always said, if Pete Alonso continues to swing at them pitches in the first base dugout, they're going to keep throwing them. What's happening now is that he's not swinging at them. And yes, because Juan Soto's probably taking a walk beforehand or whatever the case may be, and you got nowhere else to put Pete Alonso, they're challenging him a little bit. And they're trying to throw that breaking pitch a little bit in the zone. But Pete Alonso is a mother effing MVP.
Okay, so with that said, let me ask you this. Has the fan base given Pete Alonso the credit he deserves? I'm going to say no.
No.
I'm going to say
so.
no.
I don't think so. I can't even just bring up the subject of Pete Alonso should get an extension right now without getting murdered.
You want him to give him an extension in season?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I felt they should have given him a 5-year deal beforehand, Eddie.
What are you giving him? What are we talking here?
You got to give him at least another 4 years. Because this deal is only a 1-year deal. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. So you want to talk Alonso?
Unless they want to add 3 years to the 2 that he already has to make it a total of a 5-year deal. But he may want 6 again. He may want 6. And I'm willing to give it to him. I'm willing to give him 4 more years on top of the 2 he has.
All right. I'll give him this. I'll give him a 4-year extension. He's taking next year's deal at $24 million. And then I'll give him 4 years. And I'll give him $31 million a year. So that would be a 5-year.
That's more than I was.
$148 million. I think that's a pretty good fucking deal.
That's more than I was thinking. The 4 years at what you said, 31 per.
I'm giving him 4 years, 31 million. But he's opting in next year, and he's getting 24 for next year. But after that, he gets 31 a year for 4 years. I think that's fair. which would be 124 million plus
178 total.
no, it won't be 178 total.
Yeah, including this year.
No,
Um,
no, he's already signed for this year.
yes, but he's gonna look at that, Eddie. He's gonna look at that. Don't forget what he turned down. He still turned down 6 for 175 or whatever the hell that was.
Correct.
He's trying to get more than that. You giving him $3 million over that might not cut it.
Well,
So
I'm
you
go,
might have
listen,
to throw a signing bonus in there or something like
the,
that
the, the
to
high,
offset next year's 24 million.
look. The highest paid first baseman gets 30 million. I'm giving him 31, just so he knows, yo, you got love here, bro. I'm giving you 31 million a year in your later years. But Pete Alonso, you're opting in. So that's my proposition for him. He's opting in next year, but after that, he gets 4 years and he gets 31 million a year. So that's my. How does it, Chad? Chad, how do you feel about it? Do you think that's a fair deal? I think it's a fair deal.
Yeah, Chad's gonna say Hector's out of his fucking mind. Let him play it out, and we talk in the off season. And I'll go to the chat, but this is what I don't understand about that thinking. Most people that say that didn't want to pay Pete Alonso. They thought that Pete Alonso was asking for too much money, and they didn't want to overpay for Pete Alonso.
Well, he had a bad. Listen, you take out the playoffs. He had a bad year. Last year, he had a bad
arguing that,
year.
Eddie. All right, let's go to the chat, man.
No. Seriously, let's be truthful. Tell the truth. The fact is, he did have a bad year, but he's come around, and that's why me, being the generous soul that I am, I'm giving him, 31 million a year. 5 years, 125. He's giving him 25 million a year. I don't think he's gonna take that. Get the fuck out of here, 13 million. Get lost. No. Toronto was interested in him. He just didn't want to go there. Both of you guys leave me out. We didn't leave you out.
No, he's saying leave him out. He doesn't want to pick. He doesn't want, I guess, pick a side in this. I don't know.
Why not? You got to pick a side.
I don't even know if it's picking a side. Junior, will you cut it out? Will you cut it out? Let's see what my guy Pete has been doing. My guy MVP, bro.
All
Look
right,
at these
let's
fucking
see.
numbers, bro. Look at these numbers.
You better keep it up.
What do you think he better keep it up?
He better keep it up.
What do you think his average is going to end up being for the year? There's no way Pete's going to hit over 300.
No. He's going to end up probably because he's
at the same time.
He's going to end up at like 280, 286.
How much of a slump does he have to go into to hit 286? He's getting a hit a day, it seems like. If he continues to do that, what does he have to do? Not hit a day. Go. What does he have to do? Go on a 3 for 55? Like I don't know if he's capable of doing that this year, bro. Not the way he seems to be locked in. But I'm the one that said that Juan Soto was gonna come into the season and take off running and never look back. So it shows how much I know.
Look, he's been phenomenal. He's been our best player. Let's just keep it going. Hopefully, he keeps it going, and let's get some. I need some more home runs out of this guy. That's what we need. I want him to give a little Aaron Judge type of home runs. That's what I want. Do we think Soto is jealous of Pete? I highly doubt that.
13. I have no comment. I can't talk about this stuff.
I think that's like a New York Post gossip page right there. That's what that is. Gossip page.
I'm of the belief and of the school of anything is fair, any question is fair. Let's talk about it. But like I said, not everybody thinks like me, so we'll leave it alone. I'll let Eddie handle that. Eddie says whatever with that.
Somebody in the chat said 4 for 140. Well, let me run that. Since I'm not the
you gotta do the math, bro.
I gotta do it. See, I gotta use a calculator because I'm a fucking moron.
4
35
to
million
40.
a year.
I was gonna say that's like 35, bro. That's insane.
35. I mean, that's not
4
bad.
to 140 added to what? Added to this 1 year or added to this to next
Well,
year
see, if
to make
like
it
I tell
six
you,
years?
I'm
No,
going to
no.
give him
I'm
that
asking that
money.
person. I'm asking that person to clarify how do they want to give 4 added to the 2 he already has,
No, I don't
or
think so.
4 to the 1 when he opts out?
I think it's
But I
opt
think
out.
if you're talking about an extension with him right now, it is extending the 2 year deal, right? Because he hasn't opted out. So
Correct.
it would be like you said, he has to opt into next year. I think you probably attach a signing bonus to offset a little bit, or unless they say no, the 10 million signing bonus we already gave you this year offset
No.
next year's 24 million. I don't know how they
Well,
look at that.
then, but you could counteract that. You could then he could opt out, and then you could redo it. You could give him a signing bonus up front to offset the tax cost for them. You get what I mean?
I'm not even thinking about the tax stuff. But that's a whole nother
So I
nightmare.
mean, just I'm trying to think for the team.
No, yeah, that's a whole nother mess. I'm just thinking about 24 million next year. Like, come on.
Take
You know,
it.
you know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Like,
he could get it. Just take it. Do what we got to do. Come on.
Dodo says Pete and Soto switch places. Pete is not, he's giving us numbers we expected from Soto.
Soto's going to come around. It's only a matter of time. He started already. Once he starts going the other way with home runs, then he just starts to got to pull the ball. Don't need more home runs, Eddie. He leads the league in doubles right now. Let him do what he did. I want more home runs. How about that, Carlos? How about that? I want more home runs. I want him up there with Aaron Judge. I want Aaron Judge getting nervous of who hits the most home runs.
I don't mind more home runs if it doesn't take away from him being the baddest hitter. I don't like more home runs when we sacrificing stuff. You know what I'm saying? If he's gonna hit more home runs and go back to hitting 240, not then.
Nah, can't
Keep them
happen.
fucking home runs. I'd rather the Pete that's giving me them doubles in the gap right now with men on base. You know what I'm saying? Instead of striking out, instead
Ooh,
of popping it up because he's trying to, yank it out of the ballpark.
pull up this comment in the chat about Devers. Ooh,
Yeah. We could get to that in a second.
that would be dope.
This is
I'm
this
gonna
is a
ask the
Mets
audience that
this is
question.
Mets talk unfiltered, not Red Sox talk unfiltered. But we'll get to that. Oh, but this I saw one comment and then I go put up another one and it's about Devers. Great. Um, I didn't see I Jeffrey. I'm glad you asked it that way. Jeffrey says
You
ahead
know
of the
who's in that fucking deal?
what's
You know
huh?
who's gonna go out in that deal, right?
What?
If we make a deal for Devers, you know who goes out in that trade, right?
Well, why are you making a deal for Devers?
They're saying he's unhappy. He wants to win.
Okay, I think Boston's trying to win. I
Okay?
understand that he's unhappy.
He's
But I don't.
unhappy. I
To
got
answer,
I got a nice place for Devers right
no,
now.
no,
For
I would take Devers, but I think we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves right here.
yeah,
Um,
it's early. They're not
and
gonna trade him this early in the year.
plus, I'm at one comment. I see now while you're saying that you're looking at another comment. My bad. Um,
Yeah,
whatever, man.
that's
Whatever.
it. That's what I was
Trade
going on.
Vientos, Beatty, throw fucking Mauricio in there, whoever the hell you
Vientos
want.
is in that deal.
Yeah. I don't give a damn. Whatever, man.
What's
Um,
Devers? Devers got a big contract. I know that, but I don't
not,
think it's like
not really.
crazy.
I think he's one of those guys that actually took a team friendly contract, if I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
mistaken. But after everybody gets a contract, they all is all bad contract, whatever. I don't care about that shit. I look at his age and the length of the contract, the money and all that stuff. I could give two damn fucks.
I'm looking up his contract right now. He got a 10-year, $313 million contract with Boston. It's 10 years. Hold on.
When did
How
he get?
old is he?
When did he get the deal? How
I'm
far along
looking,
into that deal is he?
I'm looking that up right now. So I think it
Yeah,
started last year.
and how old is he?
He is he's 28. So he's young. You'll get at least 4 years out of him, prime years.
Yeah, no, I'm good on that.
You know what the problem with him is? His fielding's in decline. He's declined fielding. So yeah, he's a great player. He's one of the best power hitting third basemen in the game. But he's going to be a DH. And you're talking about Vientos going out in that deal. You're talking about Beatty going out in that deal. And you're talking about Mauricio probably going out in that deal. I don't think we need to do it. I don't think we need to do it.
I'm good on that. I'm good on that. I don't. I'm not.
I mean, it's not a crazy contract. It's not like ridiculous, but it's not going to age well.
I need to know how much. I need to know how many years are left.
He's
I
got
don't need another. I don't need another 10-year contract.
2033 it expires.
So it has 8 years left.
After this, yeah.
I'm good.
I'm good.
I don't need another one of those. We have like 4 or 5 of those already.
I'm with you.
I don't even think I don't think now thinking like the front office would think I don't think David Stearns would want to make that deal.
No.
They're into having young controllable players, and the way they see it is we can get the same. Please, I understand he's struggling right now. The way they see it is we can get the same level of production from a Mark Vientos at $800,000 or whatever the hell he's getting instead of paying $30 million a year, whatever the hell Rafael Devers is getting.
And again, he's going to end up being the DH.
Yeah, and having that commitment. And we already have 4 DHs right now. Think about it in 2 or 3 years.
Nemo's starting to look like a fucking DH, that's for sure.
Yeah, I like Devers. I like Devers a lot, but I'm good, man. Vientos is gonna be okay. I think Vientos is gonna be just fine. Whatever. I think Vientos is gonna be fine. I'm not even gonna get into lineups and all of that, all of that nonsense. What else you got, Eddie?
Well, let's touch base into this next series, right? We're playing coming home, and we're playing Chicago, who's had the best offensive in baseball.
I'm surprised you don't want to talk about your guy. Wait a minute, what the hell's going on here?
Oh, Acuna?
You don't want to talk about the kid? Oh,
I already touched on it.
Did we put up his numbers? Did we go through his numbers? I think we did, right? I'm sorry.
We touched on it. I think he's going to end up being the second baseman when it's all said and done. This fucking guy. This guy. He's another guy that cost us a fucking run the other night. They should have took him out of the game. He hurt his knee, and then the next play he had coming out to him, he couldn't even throw the ball. I mean, I don't know. He's been pissing me off. He's having a very down season. I know you're bigger on him than I am. That's for sure. He's done his job and a half. He's done everything.
He's had a little bit of a down time too, but
like Pete,
he's done so well. He seems to get a hit almost every day.
But didn't yesterday he had a big double? I think it was yesterday.
Yes, he did, Eddie. We played 6 games on the road trip, not just one. I know you just want to focus on yesterday and Soto's 2.
No, I'm just saying that he had a big game. That's it. I'm just throwing that out there.
And I just said he had a little bit of a down, like Pete did. Pete had a couple of days, but he was a little quiet, But they've been so good, and it still seems like they get a hit almost every day, him and Pete. Like I said yesterday, besides Pete Alonso, Francisco Lindor, and the pitching staff as a whole, who, they had their little bumps lately, but and Acuna, you could say. And the guys I mentioned before, Cunha, Torrens, and freaking Taylor, bro. Besides those guys, everybody else needs to be better.
Yeah. I don't fault you at all. I think everything you said is fair.
Up until yesterday with Soto's 2 home runs, that included him, in my opinion.
Of course. I'm right there. I'm lockstep and barrel with you on that.
But Jeffrey, my bad. Just to answer Jeffrey's question, I didn't see the video, Jeffrey, so I didn't see
the question.
I didn't see what Devers was saying and what the translator was saying. You know what I'm saying? So I can't tell you whether, the translator added words or did not add words. What I will say and what I just read a screenshot of a quote. Um, Devers is a dick. I'm sorry. I like him and everything, but right now in this whole situation, he's coming across as a non-team player. I don't even know why anybody would want to entertain that right now. We're talking about a guy who's all about himself. Oh, they told me that I was a third baseman, so I'm not moving from here. Oh, well, now they told me in the off season that to put my glove away, that I wasn't gonna need it and I was gonna DH. Dude, do you want to win? You telling me he wants to win? Bring him over here. Does he really want to win? Because a player that wants to win tries to do whatever it takes. Now I understand as a ball player, maybe he feels like, yo, I'm not good enough to go play first base and I'm not gonna embarrass myself.
Right.
I get that, bro. But that's not how you're coming across. You're coming across as a jackass. And I want no
Selfish.
part of that.
Selfish.
Yeah. I want no part of that. That's where I stand with that. Now, I'm big on trying to get everything from the horse's mouth. So eventually I'm gonna go try to look at the video, look at body language and all that. But when I've seen him speak before in the offseason and all that, I didn't like his body language then.
He was sort of pissed off that they brought
So
Bregman in because he doesn't want to
that's what I'm
DH.
talking about. When they
Yeah.
talked about putting him DH, and he said that they told him then, yo, put the glove away and be DH. But even when he spoke then, I didn't like his attitude. So I'm not feeling Devers right now. I like the ball player. I'm not saying he's not a good player. He's a hell of a player. And listen, if we got him, I'll be rooting for him. But if you're asking me right now, I'm good. I'm good.
By the way, the chat overwhelmingly on my page would sign that 5-year, $144 million extension to Pete.
I'm sure they would. I'm not saying that I would. I'm telling you, Pete wouldn't.
No,
I'm
I
sure the
think
chat
you're right.
would. I don't think Pete
Well,
would.
Boris ain't taking that either.
Yeah, well, fuck Boris. Boris works for Pete. Goddamn
Yeah.
it. What are these guys talking about? Um,
I saw this. Alvey at DH. Lorenzo's catcher.
you want to bring up Hayden Sanger? Because you're going
Yeah.
to need another catcher. You can't have both your catchers in the game
Yeah.
every day.
You can't do it.
You could do that maybe once a week and take your chances. You know what I'm saying? So
Listen,
are we gonna bring up Hayden Sanger and who we're gonna
yeah,
send
you don't need. I'm not carrying 3 catchers. I'm
and who we're
sorry.
gonna send down? And don't tell me DFA McNeil.
Right. Because they're not going to. McNeil's still owed, I think, 30 million or a little under
Plus,
30.
I still need to see a little bit more from Alvey before
Agreed.
I'm like, yeah, I need to have him in the lineup as well as Torrance. Listen, I love Torrance too, but it's not like Torrance is a 300 hitter either.
No, he's not. He's not. He's
You know what
just
I'm
been
saying?
really good situationally this year.
Yeah, he's been big. He's been
Situationally, he's come through every time. He moves the runner over. He gets
Junior's
sacrifice
a
flies.
jackass, bro.
We
Fuck
knew
him.
that was coming.
Yeah,
We,
Junior's a
we, we
jackass. He
knew.
does it on purpose. He does it on purpose.
Yeah, we knew it was coming. I knew it too.
So yeah, I don't really think you could do that right now. I don't think you could do that right now, and I don't know if I'm in a hurry to have those guys both in the lineup every single day. Unless you're telling me that you want to do that because you want Terrence for the catching. Um,
Listen, Alvarez, man, we still don't even know what the fuck he is yet, man.
yeah,
Seriously. He's got we don't know what he is. Everybody, yeah, I know he's been playing good and he's been hot, but I mean, let's not get too crazy. It's very short. It's fucking 9 games, man.
he had a hell of a road trip though.
He did. He did. He did. He proved me. He proved me wrong. But
Yo, what about me? I said,
we
I
had a
said, yo, I'll be hit. He had an opposite field hit, right? I forget what it was. He had an opposite field, and I was like, yo, even the balls that Alvy's hitting right now to the opposite field by mistake, dude. I
oh
think he hit like
the single
I,
when they sent the runner.
this is like 4 or 5 games ago though. I'm talking about,
Okay.
right? Since then, I think he hit like 4 more hits to the opposite field. It was like, yo, heck, shut the hell up. I think it was even during my live when I was like, yo, Avi say shut the hell up. I think that night he hit 2 hits to right field.
Yeah,
Which listen,
which
I'll
is
just tell
good.
you how I feel. I don't want to be right. I'm ecstatic. Keep doing it. Keep keep doing it. Somebody knocking on my door.
No, you got all types of things going on over there,
Yeah,
Hector.
hold it down real quick because I am double parked, so maybe for that. Hold it down, Eddie.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Double parked. Uh-oh. Well, all right. So where do you want to start? Do you guys want to talk about the McNeil and Acuna situation? Because I don't know. I don't know where you want to start with that. For me, Acuna is a better fielder. He's been playing, having the better year. When I watch McNeil field, I feel like he doesn't have the range he did even 2, 3 years ago. I feel like he doesn't have the speed he had. I think he's a player that's starting to become in the decline. Now, with that said, last few years he started off slow, and then next thing you know, he's out and he's hitting the cover off the ball like he did in the second half last year, right? Or really, it was more in August that McNeil did it. So I'll take that for what it is. Do I want Acuna there every day? Not necessarily. I think that if you platoon it right, I think it would probably be best for your team. Because again, Acuna's not going to hit like if you have a hard throwing righty, Acuna's not going to hit him. Acuna's bat speed is slow, and how you know it's slow is he keeps going right field with everything. He's late. He's late. Whereas McNeil, different story. Left-handed hitter, changed his fucking stance again for the millionth time. And I feel like McNeil is golfing the ball, like getting under it. Stoney brought up McNeil's injury prone. Carlos says there's no reason to make room for lineup for McNeil. Yeah, but that's not true. It's not necessarily true. You know what I'm saying? McNeil, if he gets hot, he can help you tremendously. And he's career-wise, I'm not going now ceilings, but career-wise, right at this moment, McNeil is a better hitter. Now, Acuna is a better player because Acuna can field. Acuna can steal bases. I mean, you get Acuna on base, he's almost guaranteed to steal. I mean, he's fast as shit, and I love it. Junior, I don't understand Spanish, so you're gonna have to you got to talk to me. So, but look, but with that said, I like the platoon idea right now. I think it could work. All right, and I
All I
think
gotta do is step away. All I gotta do is step away for Carlos to start going in on McNeil. Unbelievable. Nah,
he's
I'm joking.
already at it. He's already
I
at
know.
it.
That's what I'm saying. All I gotta
But
do
you
is step
see,
away.
he said we've been waiting for McNeil to get hot since 2022, but that's not true because he got hot in August. He
Yeah.
got hot last August.
No,
Hector,
listen.
hold me down. Hold down for 1 minute.
Carlos is frustrated with McNeil, and understandably so. Understandably so. I get it. I get it. So it's on McNeil to change Carlos's mind. It's on McNeil to make Carlos eat more crow. Carlos is gonna eat so much crow this year. He's gonna get tired of it. You know what I'm saying? He's been eating crow for 2 months now because of Pete Alonso, and hopefully Jeff McNeil continues to make him eat crow. But it's on Jeff McNeil. And listen, I get it, man. Even I'm at the point where it's like, you know what? Just trade the damn guy. Just trade the damn guy already, just so that the narrative could change and everybody can stop blaming him for the situation and stuff like that. But as long as he's here, I'm gonna root for him. You know what I mean? I'm gonna root for him. And I listen. I don't even know. I don't even know what I think of Jeff McNeil anymore. I thought he could still be a good hitter. Um, I don't know what is it with this fucking bowling pin bat that he's using. It looks disgusting. His approach seems crazy sometimes. Um, Joe and Clark always talks about he looks like he's swinging a sand wedge, and it's
Who's
exactly
this?
right.
McNeil?
Yeah. And you know the sandwiches. When you play
He's
golf,
changing his fucking
his
stance.
swing is like what
It's a
the
golf
hell?
swing.
What the hell? It's always up. But McNeil's not the only guy that plays golf. All these, a lot of these guys play golf. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I
I'm not
know.
just gonna blame it on the golf swing. That's an easy like hanging fruit to just right to go. Oh, because he plays golf. He has a golf swing because everybody knows he plays golf. A lot of these guys play golf. It's just I don't freaking know what the hell he's trying to do. So again, though, it's on Jeff McNeil to make Carlos eat crow, like my guy Pete Alonso has made
Now,
him eat crow.
now, I'm gonna tell you something. This Cubs series is going to be the first time the Mets have gotten really tested this year. All
Man, I'm
right?
tired of hearing that crap.
No. Listen, Cubs have the best offense in the league, and it's not even close. You can look at the numbers. Go ahead. You can look at the numbers. They're pitching, they're hitting, and they're getting the job done. The Mets are going to have – this is not going to be an easy series. If you leave fucking 10 runners on base, Hector, let me tell you something. You're going to lose 2 or 3 like that. Like that. Cubs are good. This is going to be a big test for the Mets. Big test. So guys like Soto, Vientos, Nimmo, Marte, you better start getting some fucking hits because the Cubs will put up 8 runs on you like it's nothing. Like nothing.
They lead the league in runs with 223.
Already.
They are fifth in average. The Mets are 10th in average. They hit 258. The Mets hit 249 on the year.
It's the
Again,
first test for them, man. It's the first big test for them.
they are sixth in on base percentage.
Yeah.
We're New York Mets. Where the hell are our New York Mets? Not even on the damn page. Oh, I just missed them. Oh no, the Mets are eighth, so not too far apart. It's what we do with these guys when we get on base.
Can we get the pitching matchup? Do we have the pitching matchups going?
Yeah, that's coming. That's coming. We're about to wrap it up right now, Eddie. I got you. I just wanted to look at the numbers early since you brought it up, bro.
I'm telling you, this Cubs team is good. They're one of the better teams in the National League. They're up there. We better get good for them.
So are we.
I know we're good, but we aren't exactly playing on all cylinders right now. Yeah, we beat Arizona, but big deal. By the way, how does that work out with the tiebreaker situation? Because they took.
I don't know. I don't know what's after head to head. I don't know if it's common opponent. I don't know.
I think it might be run differential.
I don't know if it's run different. I don't know what the hell it is. To be honest with you, that's why.
Jeff, I know the Mets haven't played the Cubs yet. I know that. What do you think? I'm fucking stupid? Of course I know that. I'm just saying this is going to be a fucking test.
No, he's just saying in the sense that you want to talk about the Cubs are a good team. Well, we're a good team, and they haven't played us. So just like we haven't played them, they haven't played us. That's what he's trying to say.
I misconstrued things. I got a big mouth.
Not you good? I do the same thing.
And Jeff is my guy. Jeff's always got some great stats going on, too. He's putting up good shit.
Nah, Jeff is too fucking positive, bro.
You're too positive. With your love of Brandon Nimmo.
I'm too positive.
Sucks.
Okay.
He fucking sucks.
Well, my love of Brandon Nimmo, like I haven't ripped him.
He's fucking, yeah.
Like I haven't ripped him.
You ripped him, and then he did nothing after that. They had one good game. His bullshit fake 9 RBI game.
That's not true, but okay.
He fucking sucks.
What gonna look at? He does suck right now. They all suck. They all suck.
Not Juan Soto.
They're scoring like 2 runs a game. He sucks too.
Not Juan Soto.
Oh, because he had 3 RBI game.
That's right. Teflon.
Brandon Nimmo's 9 RBI game ain't shit. But Juan Soto's 3 RBI game is a big deal.
Juan Soto's gonna have a 12 RBI game. He's gonna fucking make that record.
Okay.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
you can
you
have a
watch.
soft RBI game. A record that stood for how many years?
Juan
the
Soto's
team,
gonna be the
the
man.
team in game RBI record.
12 RBIs for my man Soto. You watch. It's a matter of ball. Matter of time.
Damn, I was looking for something and I forgot for messing around. Anyways, it's time to get the hell out of here, Eddie. I gotta get the hell out of here. But before we do that, we neglected
To go over
and
the, we didn't go over the series.
would you relax, bro? Will you relax? That's not what we
So
neglected.
I'm trying to give the people their money's worth here, man.
What we neglected was to recognize that this man here was the player of the month for March and April. So props to my guy Peter Alonso, who all you people shitted on
You better
all
keep it
winter.
up. That's all I'm saying.
Quiet and
You
wanted
better
to
keep
kick
it
him
up.
out the door. So props to Peter Alonso for the player of the month. And because we are equal opportunity guys here,
There
props
we
to Luis
go.
Angel Acuna for rookie of the month. And he better keep it up. He better keep it up. You talk
Oh,
about
he'll
keep
keep
it
it
up.
up.
This is
He'll
the
keep it up.
rookie,
This
Mr.
guy's a
I
fucking.
need the bright
This
lights.
guy's a star in the making.
Remember that? Remember the conversation about the bright lights and was he bored and all of that? Shh, haven't
He
heard anything
certainly
about
was.
that anymore, right?
This
Yeah,
guy's a
he,
Venezuelan
he
stud.
definitely was bored, bro.
He's a stud. He's a Venezuelan stud. This guy's fucking incredible. I love him. He's gonna be like
You
his
know what I'm
brother.
saying?
It's only a matter of
Absolutely,
time.
Carlos. I told you. Listen. I give credit where credit is due. Carlos was the only person here all winter that would come consistently on this chat and say, "We need Peter Alonso back. We will not be able to win consistently without Peter Alonso." So props to Carlos. Anyways, oh man. Now to what Eddie's been wanting to get to for seems like 3 hours now.
Because these Cubs, they're a good
It's
team. All
these
right, here we go.
Cubs who we start
Oh, we
tomorrow.
got
Who,
two night
if
games.
you're in New York and you have tickets, or if you don't have tickets and you're thinking about tomorrow is a very nice giveaway, Clay Holmes hockey jersey. So try to come out
Nice.
for that. Make sure you're there early though. First 15,000. I won't tell you the tricks. But tomorrow night we get Jamison Tyone with his 2-1 record and 3.86 ERA against the aforementioned Clay Holmes with his 4-1 record and 2.95 ERA.
Okay.
On Saturday, we get the always deadly TBD against Tyler McGill, who, hey, listen, man, props to Tyler McGill, who's been pretty damn good. A little stumble, a couple of starts ago, I think it was, or whatever, if my memory serves me correctly. But he's been pretty damn good for the most part. So we have him on a 7:15 game going on Saturday night, which is actually pretty damn good considering what's going on Saturday afternoon
Yeah.
with the New York Knickerbockers
3:30.
playing at 3:30 Saturday afternoon. Again, on that day there's also I think it's Edwin Diaz bobblehead. So
Oh,
again, if you're planning on going to the game, make sure you get there early as I'm doing the Mets work for them here on Mets Talk Unfiltered. And then we wrap it up with Sunday afternoon. Oh, and I thought about this earlier today. I said, damn, I think Sunday's one of those Roku games or whatever the hell it is. Luckily, I do have a Roku TV, which I had given to my grandma one time. And when she passed away, everybody was grabbing stuff from
okay.
her house. I said, I'm taking my fucking TV back. Not my TV, but I'm taking the TV that I had personally given her to put in her
Okay.
bedroom um, as a memory and a couple of other things. But I made sure that I took the TV. And that happens to be a Roku TV. So I could watch that game at home in my auxiliary Roku TV that I use for like an extra monitor right now. But I'll probably end up going to that game. To hell with
Hector,
that.
we're gonna get the first game and the third game. We're gonna lose the middle one.
Yeah, whatever.
That's my prediction.
Why? Because
Because
TBD, you're scared of TBD.
I'm scared of TBD. Scared of TBD. I think we hit Tyone. I think we generally hit Tyone good from my memory. I could be fucking wrong, but I think we hit him good. And that guy Boyd's a lefty, so I think we'll score in that Sunday game. The middle game is what scares me. I don't like that
Shout out
middle
to
game.
my guy Rudy, um, who didn't want to let me have fun. It says, Hector, you dope behind the scenes. You don't need a Roku TV. You just need the app. So for those of you who are wondering, you don't actually
Roku.
need a Roku TV. All you need is the Roku app, and you can watch the game on Sunday. But shout out to my guy Rudy. You guys already know all those graphics and all that good stuff is Rudy that puts it together for us. So thanks to Rudy. Shout out to him. Um, and that's pretty much it. But before we go, Eddie, and I don't want to take up too much time because I was gonna play something, but it's kind of long. But it's only right that I have you here, who is big on Nick's Twitter and all that good stuff. And obviously you don't listen to the fan, but
Oh, yeah.
I've told you, I wasn't high on this Knicks team. I didn't necessarily like what I saw throughout the season, so I came into the playoffs like whatever. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Even you had told me, I think, there's a good chance they may lose to Detroit, but they should beat them, blah, blah, blah. But they're going to definitely lose to the Celtics. They beat the Celtics game one. Watch that. I was even tweeting during the game in the third quarter, before the third quarter started at halftime, like, I hope we don't get another no show from the Knicks third quarter, whatever. And they started to do that, and they turned it around, whatever. We already know what happened. They ended up winning in overtime, blah, blah, blah. Even the confident Knicks fan was telling me, oh, they're going to lose game two. I think even you told me they're going to lose game two, right?
I didn't think they're going to win game two. No fucking way. I did say they're going to win game one.
Yeah.
I said I actually guaranteed it.
Destroyed me. Destroyed me. And I'm not going to play it because I got to get out of here. But I should play the call that I made to WFAN. Because I made a call to WFAN today, right? And it kind of got away from me. The call got away from me like it usually does. They get excited. I get excited. Sal's a lunatic. I'm a lunatic. And. But Eddie, I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed. Tony would call me a casual. You guys would tear me up in the space like they teared me up on the radio. But like I said, I haven't been into the team. I didn't work for a month. I've been trying to work like a dog. The Mets coming up, homestand. I like to be at these games, whatever. I went out to work early yesterday. I knew there was a next game, but it wasn't a priority. And that is sad to say because it's always been a priority. There's nothing hurt more than when they hung up on me today and they kept talking about me for the entire segment. And Sal says he's not a diehard Knicks fan.
Oh.
What? He says you can't be a diehard Knicks fan because
Well,
I didn't watch the game last night, Eddie.
if you don't watch the game, bro, if you would have come into my space and you would say you don't watch the game, I'd say fuck you. I'm not get out of here.
I was going to, and that's why I didn't go into space.
What?
That's why I didn't go into space because I thought about going into space last night.
You're done.
But it's not, and that's the thing, right? And I said it like that, and then I called the radio today, and it came across as if I purposely didn't watch the game. And it's not that I purposely didn't watch the game. What I didn't do is, again, I didn't make the game a priority. So when I woke up at 3 a.m. in the morning to go out to work at 4 a.m., and I'm now tired, I didn't take a nap like I would, like the old man that I am, and take a nap before the Knicks game. Instead, I came home and I got in a live space and watched the Mets game, thinking I can watch the Knicks game. By the time the Knicks game came along, I was tired as hell. And I said, okay, let me lay down and watch the Knicks game a little bit. And the game watched me. And I ended up waking up when the game was over. You know what I'm saying? So for that, I have said before, on Blunt Thoughts, from time to time, we give out the You Make Me Sick award.
Okay.
I did a You Make Me Sick award here, and I gave it to Brandon Nimmo on Mets Talk Unfiltered a few weeks back. Well, today, and I don't have the graphic for it, we are giving the You Make Me Sick award to yours truly because I make me sick. I make me sick. The fact it doesn't matter that I haven't believed in the team, that I've been on the team. What the hell, heck? They are where they are. You're supposed to be there pushing your team on. So when I call these guys today, I call them because I'm like, now, damn, what the hell do I do now, Eddie? Do I continue not to watch? I watched game one, but I didn't watch last night. Partially because I'm like, they might lose. Let me lay down. I'll try to watch. Can I not watch? BT said I need to go to fan jail or whatever he called it, and I can't watch game 3. And if I don't watch game 3, maybe they let me back in. But who the hell are they to tell me what the hell I can do? He's talking about because he wasn't really into the Knicks. He didn't really believe in his team. And what did he say today? Sal said to him, well, there's people on social media. He said, I don't care about social media. And plus, all those young guys who were getting their butt wiped when I was watching the Knicks in the 90s and this. Well, I was there too. I ain't no young buck. I might be older than BT, if not the same age. Or he may be a year or two older than me. I got scars, brother. I got scars. I'm a diehard fan. If anything, it's because I died as a fan. I've been murdered the last few years by both the Knicks and the Mets. So I've been a little standoffish and more with the Knicks and the Giants because I'm like, I don't want to get hurt anymore. I get too emotional. I get too passionate. I could go back in the archives and show you videos of me going nuts about the Knicks, of me organizing watch parties on the block, bringing out TVs.
Let me tell you, they got to get game 3.
Fuck what they got to do.
I'm
asking you, as someone who's big on Knicks Twitter, I went to the radio waves, to the most powerful radio station in the world. And I meant to apologize to the Knicks, but I didn't. I just explained what happened. And I got murdered. I got destroyed, as Carlos said. What is your take on my fandom as someone who I respect?
Well, I've noticed since we've partnered up that your Mets come first and the Knicks, they're a little.
And I don't agree with that. I think they're both right there. But I mean, baseball's my heart. But as far as fandom, they're both right there. But I know that's the perception that I've given off.
So look, you better tap in. You better tap in because for the first time all season, Hector, this New York Knicks team has what they haven't had in a year and a half. And do you know what that is, Hector? That is the C words. They have chemistry. They have cohesion. They have coaching. They have all those little C words, chemistry. You name it. You know why? Because, Hector, it's all come together. It's all come together now at the perfect time. But if you're going to beat this Boston Celtics team, even though 85% of the time the team that goes up 2-0 wins, you better win fucking game 3. Because if you lose game 3, you're not in that great a position. So that's what my advice to you is, you better start watching this team. Because if they beat Boston, they got a chance of winning the championship.
He says I can't watch game 3. Sal says he's willing to give me a pass.
You can watch game 3.
I can watch game 3.
You gotta watch
so far.
Because dude, if they beat Boston, and I don't say this lightly.
No, listen.
The Knicks got a chance to win the championship.
Come on.
Did you just hear the words out of my mouth?
No,
Out of one of the most pessimistic motherfuckers you will ever meet. Just said that if they beat Boston in game 3 and we wrap them up in 4 or 5 games, we got a chance at winning the finals. And we haven't been in this position in 30-something fucking years.
I don't know if you saw this, Eddie, but when I woke up last night, right, and I started looking on X and all that, and I ran across this. And this is what put me over the edge. Like, this gave me goosebumps. This made me feel like trash. This gave me all kinds of things right here. And I was gonna say, I think you met her that time in the watch party, but I forgot you wasn't at that watch party. I love Monica, bro.
Oh, she's the best.
Since I've been talking about Monica for years. She came
very talented woman. Very talented woman.
And she's killing it on the radio. And in my opinion, if Monica doesn't take over for Clyde on TV, I don't know what the hell MSG is doing. Whenever the hell the Clyde leaves, I'm not
And
pushing
she's
Clyde out the door, but
such a
she should be
nice,
the one.
such
I
a
don't need
nice
a former
person.
player. I don't need none of that crap. Give me Monica McNutt on fucking MSG when Clyde
Yeah,
retires.
she's
But
gonna
bro,
get it. She's
I
gonna
don't know
get
if
it.
you saw this, Eddie, but when I saw this, I was like, damn, heck, you done fucked up. You done fucked up. Just the emotion, her
Yeah,
and Tyler and then what he says, he uses that you gotta believe, bro.
hit the play
Knicks
button.
by one, 91-90. Celtics not using the timeout. Tatum across midcourt with 10. Top of the key with 8. Defended by Robinson with 7. Right wing 3. Crossover. Foul line with 4. Left block. Step back. Stolen by Bridges. Bridges trucks it down court. They've done it again. They've done it again. The New York Knicks take both in Boston and a 2-0 lead heading back to the Mecca.
I know what the Vegas said. I know what the odds said. I know what the conversation has been. But when I tell you I woke up today feeling a little different. If you want to make it about three-point shooting, cool. The Celtics shot 25% from the three-point line again. But how about you make it about a team determined to defend when it matters most and having the most clutch player in the league on their side? The Knicks did this as a complete team. Everybody contributed. Woo, baby, it ain't about who was the best during the course of the regular season. It's who stands up on any given night.
If you weren't convinced after Monday's thriller, with tonight's win, you gotta believe. You gotta believe anything is possible for the 2024-25 New York Knicks.
Eddie.
Yes, ma'am.
Eddie. People gonna tell me that I'm not, yo, dude, I get goosebumps. Now I've seen this shit like 10 times, bro. My eyes get watery out of just the emotion of, bro, if the Knicks ever fucking win, I'm gonna lose my mind just as if the Mets won. You know what I'm saying? Like,
same
of happiness. I'm gonna cry like a baby of happiness. I want to do it watching that clip. That's how emotional I get.
I'm with you.
You feel me? So when these guys say you're not a diehard, I fucked up. And like I said, when he said Tyler Murray's words right there were like perfect, bro. If you didn't believe after game 1, matter of fact, shut up, Hector. Just play it again. Just play it again. Before we get out of here, just play it again. Play
Monday's thriller.
It's who stands up on any given night.
If you weren't convinced after Monday's thriller, with tonight's win, you gotta believe. You gotta believe anything is possible for the 2024-25 New York Knicks.
Yes,
there
sir.
It is.
Yes, ma'am.
And there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I know this is Mets Talk Unfiltered, but listen, many of us are Knicks fans. And contrary to what I have, the perception that I've given off this year and the perception that I gave off on the radio, I love my New York Knicks. There's a group chat that's about 8 of us, 7 of us, that is all about the Knicks with my friends. That's gone on for years. We've destroyed each other. We've fought. We've cried. We've done everything because of the New York Knicks. Ain't nobody gonna tell me I can't root for my team because I was too tired to watch a game.
Listen, man, you're working. Game 3, Saturday, 3:30. Be ready.
You already know. Eddie, any last words?
Let's go fucking Mets. Let's fucking go Knicks.
The same. LFGM. Let's go Knicks, baby. You already know. We should be back Sunday night, right? Sunday night, I think is after the next series. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for participating in the chat. For my guy Eddie, it's your boy Heck. Peace.